Have you ever felt like there's more to flying than what the airlines tell you? What if I told you that every time you board a plane, there are secrets being kept from you? Secrets that could affect your safety, your wallet, and even your health. From the real reason cabin lights dim during landing to what flight attendants won't tell you about turbulence. Today, we're diving into 15 shocking flight secrets that will change the way you see air travel forever. Stick around because some of these might just save your life, or at least your money. 1. Dimming cabin lights. The safety trick. Let's start with something you've probably noticed but never questioned. Why do flight attendants dim the cabin lights during takeoff and landing? Is it just to set the mood? Not quite. The real reason is all about your safety. Dimming the lights helps your eyes adjust to the darkness in case of an emergency evacuation. If the plane suddenly loses power or you need to exit in the dark, your eyes will already be acclimated, giving you a better chance of finding the exits quickly. Think about that next time you're annoyed the lights go dim. It could save your life. 2. Turbulence. The hidden danger. Now let's talk about turbulence. You felt it, that sudden jolt that makes your stomach drop and your grip tighten on the armrest. But here's what flight attendants won't tell you. Turbulence is getting worse due to climate change. Studies show that increased carbon emissions are making air currents more unpredictable. But here's the kicker. Airlines don't want you to panic, so they downplay how dangerous turbulence can be. In reality, severe turbulence has caused injuries and even deaths. So, always keep your seatbelt fastened, even when the seatbelt sign is off. Better safe than sorry, right? 3. The hidden cost of cheap tickets. Ever booked a super cheap flight, only to realize later that you're paying extra for everything? Checked bags, seat selection, even a bottle of water? Here's the secret. Airlines want you to focus on the low ticket price, but they make their real money on add-ons. Psychologically, we're drawn to the lowest number, even if it ends up costing us more in the long run. So next time you're booking a flight, do the math. That $50 ticket might end up costing you $200 after all the extras. 4. The mystery of the freshened air. Here's a creepy one. That fresh air blowing from the vents above your seat? It's not as clean as you think. While the air is filtered, it's also recycled, meaning you're breathing in a mix of air from everyone else on the plane. And get this, studies have found traces of harmful chemicals and even bacteria in cabin air. So if you're a germaphobe, you might want to bring a mask or sanitizer on your next flight. 5. The secret language of flight attendants. Flight attendants have a secret language they use to communicate with each other. And it's not just about your drink order. For example, if you hear them say code Bravo, it means there's a security issue on board. They also use subtle cues to handle difficult passengers. If a flight attendant touches their tie or scarf, it's often a signal to their colleagues that they need backup. So if you're acting up, just know they're watching and they're talking about you. 6. The real reason your ears pop. Ever wonder why your ears pop during takeoff and landing? It's not just annoying, it's a sign of the massive pressure changes happening inside the cabin. But here's the scary part. If the cabin loses pressure, you could pass out in seconds. That's why flight attendants always tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before helping others. It's not selfish, it's survival. 7. The hidden camera in the cockpit. Did you know there's a hidden camera in the cockpit? It's not there to spy on the pilots, it's there to spy on you. In case of an emergency, the camera can record what's happening in the cabin, helping investigators piece together what went wrong. But here's the twist. Some pilots have reported feeling uncomfortable with the constant surveillance. Would you want someone watching your every move at work? 8. The dirty truth about seat pockets. Here's a gross one. Those seat pockets in front of you, they're rarely cleaned. Passengers have reported finding everything from used tissues to dirty diapers stuffed inside. So, think twice before reaching in to grab that magazine or your phone. You might be grabbing more than you bargained for. 9. The mystery of the missing luggage. Ever wonder where your luggage goes after you check it in? Here's the shocking truth. Airlines lose over 25 million bags every year. And while most are eventually found, some are never recovered. The worst part? Airlines often undercompensate passengers for lost luggage. So, always pack essentials in your carry-on and consider travel insurance to protect yourself from financial loss. 10. The secret to getting upgrades. Want to know how to score a free upgrade? Here's a little secret. Dress nicely and be polite. Flight attendants and gate agents have the power to upgrade passengers, and they're more likely to choose someone who looks professional and treats them with respect. Oh, and flying on your birthday or honeymoon? Mention it. You might just get lucky. 11. The truth about in-flight meals. Ever noticed how it tastes different? It's not just you, it's science. At 30,000 feet, your sense of taste and smell are dulled by up to 30% due to the dry cabin air and low pressure. But here's the secret. Airlines know this, so they load meals with extra salt, sugar, and spices to make them taste better. That's why you might feel bloated or thirsty after eating. Pro tip, bring your own snacks or opt for lighter meals to avoid feeling sluggish. "12. The mystery of the locked cockpit door. Ever wondered why the cockpit door is always locked? After 9/11, airlines implemented strict security measures, including reinforced cockpit doors that can only be opened from the inside. But here's the scary part. In an emergency, even flight attendants can't get in if the pilots are unresponsive. That's why pilots are trained to never leave the cockpit unattended. It's a chilling reminder of how seriously airlines take security and how vulnerable we are in the air. Amit 13. The hidden danger of water on planes. Here's something that might make you think twice about drinking water on a plane. The water used for coffee, tea, and even the tap in the bathroom comes from the plane's water tank, and it's not always clean. Studies have found bacteria like E. coli in airplane water tanks. Flight attendants often avoid drinking it themselves, and neither should you. Always opt for bottled water, and skip the coffee or tea unless it's made with bottled water. 14. The secret life of your tray table. Your tray table might look harmless, but it's one of the dirtiest surfaces on the plane. Studies have found that tray tables carry more bacteria than the bathroom flush button. Why? Because they're rarely cleaned thoroughly between flights. Passengers use them for everything: eating, changing diapers, even resting their feet. So, before you place your food or hands on it, give it a wipe with a disinfectant. 15. The real reason flights are overbooked. Finally, let's talk about overbooking. You've probably heard horror stories of passengers being bumped off flights. But why do airlines overbook in the first place? It's simple: money. Airlines bet on the fact that some passengers won't show up for their flights. But when everyone does show up, they have to bump people. And they often start with those who paid the least for their tickets. Here's how to protect yourself. Always check in early, and if you're bumped, know your rights. In many countries, airlines are required to compensate you financially. And there you have it. 15 flight secrets the airlines don't want you to know. From the hidden dangers of turbulence to the dirty truth about tray tables, these are the facts that can make your next flight safer, smarter, and more comfortable. So the next time you board a plane, remember these tips, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow travelers. After all, knowledge is power, especially when you're 30,000 feet in the air. Thanks for watching, and safe travels.